that Bob Respect, the NCAA queen from Texas Tech, who lost today, we'll see the official is doing a lot of conferring, but no signaling. Now he moves Alabama to the right in their red jerseys and red helmets, indicating Alabama did win the toss, has elected to receive. Ole Miss will defend the north goal and kick from left to right as we watch them. Ole Miss in the dark blue helmets, the white jerseys, the red numerals, the gray trousers. Alabama in the crimson helmets, the crimson jerseys, and the white trousers. Cloyce Hinton, an end, does the kicking for Ole Miss. So, as Doug Layton told you, two of the true grid college greats, John Vaught and Paul Bryant, having at each other in what has been a thrilling Alabama and Ole Miss series. Alabama sends out Bubba Sawyer, Pete Moore, and Lane Lawley, who look to be the deep men. Ole Miss is still huddled along the western side of Legion Field. Long huddle. Alabama is already out on the field, and the boys on the starting specialty team, they sort of check in with each other themselves. Now running and going deep for Alabama, Bubba Sawyer, the fleet sophomore from Fairhope, and Pete Moore, the fine senior who loves to play the game of football from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Cloyce Hinton will place the ball down, not quite in the center of the field, just barely off to the left. The Ole Miss Rebels wanting to get back in the win column after being upset at the hands of the Kentucky Wildcats last week. And you can bet that they will do everything they can to put a win in the column after tonight's football game. A crowd of some 60,000 people on hand from Crosby, Mississippi. Cloyce Hinton will take about a 7-yard runoff. Crowd of over 60,000 people waiting. Bingo, there's the kick. It's floating down to Bubba Sawyer, 1 yard deep in the end zone. Sawyer to the 5, Sawyer to the 10, Sawyer cutting to the outside of the 20. Falls forward, perhaps to the 23 or 20. Trying to go wide to the left. From a split backfield, Scott Hunter calls his signals. Hunter drops back. He wants to throw. He throws. Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Similar setup. Wide men left and right. Hunter takes, gives to Gillaba. Gillaba around right in, gets his first down, and is bumped out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Ray Heidel and left end Hap Farber bumped him out of bounds as Hunter Husband is split wide also in a slot formation this time. The give is to Musso. Musso is hit short of the line of scrimmage, but by dint of a fine second effort, managed to get back. He was hit primarily by Bosmore and middle guard Larry Thomas. They say he's about a half-yard short, so it'll be second down and 10. Split wide backfield. Scott Hunter on a second down and 10 call. Looks. He is throwing. Completed to Gillaba at the 37, and
Gillaba gains only 2 yards on the play to the 37. Claude Herod hits Scott Hunter from behind as we look at the huddle for Alabama with the 100 years of football symbol on the side of that crimson helmet. And in the lineup now is Pete Moore, number 42 at fullback. So now Barry Bryant has 2 fullbacks, Moore and Gillaba, 42 and 32. And now it's a third down and 9. Hunter. David Bailey gets his second reception of the night in traffic. He now has helped to move the Tide to the Mississippi 47.
Let's watch him now as he starts down the field, and the safety man was to the wide field at the bottom of the screen. You can see him as he turns on the inside hook pattern. He's well covered, but the ball was so accurately thrown that there was no way of containing Bailey on the play.
Hunter completing 75% of his passes going into this game is now 3 for 3 with a 1st and 10 at the Mississippi 47. And power runner Gillaba, number 32, gets deeper into Ole Miss territory. His forward progress was stopped at about the 41. That's a 6-yard gain for the fullback, bringing up a 2nd and 4 as Larry Thomas made the tackle.
Mississippi changing their defense from the 5-2 to the 4-4. They prefer to be in the 5-2 if they expect to run, the 4-4 when they expect to pass.
All right, Bud. Hunter Husband is a split end to the near side. The flanker is Raniger, 88. Good defensive play on Johnny Musso. Mississippi's number 70, Buzz Morrow, and 78, Claude Herod, make the stop. And as you see, the ball is spotted at the 42, and Musso, who has been a sensational ground gainer for Alabama now, has lost a yard on each of his 2 carries, which brings up a 3rd down and 5. There's Hunter. Bailey is to the far side. And Bailey now has caught another.
It appears that the Alabama is looking at the shift in the defensive secondary. Cannon has been going to the bottom of your screen, which leaves him with a one-on-one situation at the top of the screen. Let's look at it again, an isolated camera. Number 39, Ray Heidel, covering against Bailey. And as you can see, it's a straight one-on-one situation in the inside pattern. Cannon coming up from the free safety to make the tackle, but no one in front to stop the pass.
All right, from the 30 of Mississippi, Alabama, 1st down. And the first-year varsity man, Musso, from Birmingham, is caught quickly by Larry Thomas, number 41 of the Ole Miss defense, at about, let's call it the 25-yard line. Pick up of 5, so it's 2nd and 5 as you see a final. Texas A&M beating Army. A final, Boston College over Tulane, 28-24. Princeton beating Columbia, 21-7.
Larry Thomas is the middle guard. When your middle guard has got speed enough to run the halfback down in the flat as he did that time, you have the personnel you're needing.
Musso trying to get 5 more yards necessary for the 1st down here at Legion Field in Birmingham. Charlie Ferguson and Richard Grammer did the blocking.
Let's play again in slow motion. It's a little trap. You can see the guard pulling to the left of the screen. Number 62, Ferguson. Musso hit by the linebacker and also by the defensive tackle recovering.
Back live now. They need less than a yard for the 1st down, and they get it. Musso. A 4th 1st down for Alabama in this drive against Southern Mississippi last week. The first 8 times they had the ball, they scored. They scored 10 of 11 times as they downed Southern Mississippi 63-14. They beat Virginia Tech earlier 17-13, while Ole Miss beat Memphis State 28-3, but lost to Kentucky 10-9. Now the ball is at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10.
They caught them in the 4-4, and the trap works beautifully against it.
And he runs nice and low. Musso, 22.
In slow motion here. Beautiful trap play. Look at Ferguson come across to make the trap. Musso cutting behind. See number 72 coming across. Wilder to make the trap on the linebacker. And Joe Blount recovers from his outside linebacking position to pull Musso down on about the 4-yard line, 5-yard line.
It's 1st and goal to go at the 5 for Alabama. And look at him battle. Climbing over folks. Number 22, Johnny Musso, 5'11", 193 pounds. That's Gillibet, 32.
As we mentioned before the game, when Alabama gets inside the 10, they like to go to the Y formation and run the inside belly play, which they just used on the last down. They'll probably come out in the same set again.
This will be the 14th play, ladies and gentlemen, in this drive, which started at the 20. Now 2nd and goal to go from the 2. As you see, 1-yard line with a 3rd down and goal to go as Glenn Cannon filled the gap, joined by Claude Herod. There you see the down sign on the far side of the field. We're in the 1st quarter with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. No score in the ball game. Alabama now sends Bailey to the far side. Split very, very wide. A wishbone tee. Touchdown, Musso and Alabama.
Watch it again in slow motion. The inside fake to the fullback Gillibet. The handoff outside to Musso. He dives over and battles his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Great effort.
That is Musso's 4th touchdown of the year, capping a 77-yard march on the 15th play. The point after now is Mike Dean. Up and good. 8:19 to go in the first quarter. Timeout at Legion Field in Birmingham, where the score is Alabama 7, Mississippi nothing.
Henry. America's railroads. Who needs them? You do.
Alabama has just used up 6 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock to drive 77 yards. With the point after, they lead 7-0. 8:19 to go. As we have the deep receivers, 27 Felts of Mississippi, Vernon Studdard, number 81 on the far side, waiting Richard Simone's kick. He is the placement kicker for Alabama. It's a nice high kick. It is Leon Felts moving out to the 15 for Mississippi. Then across the 20 and down at about the 26-yard line, the kicker, Richard Simone. C-I-E-M-N-Y makes the tackle, and Ole Miss has the ball for the first time.
And we get the first test of the Alabama defense. Alabama will be playing a 5-2 with a rover. They'll adjust it to a 4-4. They will be using 8 men very close to the line of scrimmage most of the time on early downs.
Yeah, the flanking is split end. The wing goes into motion now as Archie Manning calls signals. Back to pass on first down. Oh, over the outstretched arms of Leon Felts of Winona, Mississippi. Number 27. So both teams opened with passes, Bud. Scott Hunter opened with a beauty. Archie Manning wasn't quite as fortunate.
The use of the wingback coming in motion is to try to have the rover back be on the wrong side of the field. The linebackers have to adjust. He can't quite go that far with him. However, the pass was slightly overthrown.
Wimpy Winther now centers the ball to Archie Manning on 2nd and 10 from their own 26. A fine pass to Jim Poole. Look at him, number 89. He is 6'5", 218 pounds, a sophomore. And the real interesting part, from all of our standpoint, is the fact that he's the son of Jim Buster Poole, one of the Mississippi coaches, and his uncles, Barney and Ray Poole, were great football players for the Rebels. There's the backfield, Manning. Riley Myers, the wingback, 86, 22 Bobo in the fullback, and Phelps, 27. Third down now. 3rd and about 2. They got it. Ole Miss with a first down. Floyd Franks, number 87 from Biloxi. Hit by Mike Dean, number 26.
Let's watch it again in slow motion. You can see the Alabama defense had 8 men up on the line, 3 men in the secondary. Franks is wide open, of course, as he hooks in front of the defensive halfback. 3rd and 2. You're quite certain you're not going to get double coverage out there if you have courage enough that you can complete the pass.
Lloyd Franks at the top of your screen, number 87 on 1st and 10 from their own 44. Archie Manning. A marker goes down as number 86, Riley Myers, may have been hooked by Tommy Wiegand. And it's a break for the Mississippi offensive unit. And there's the signal, Jim Artley. Interference.
And I think, Chris, that the Mississippi pattern here is certainly somewhat of a surprise to Alabama. They've had 4 offensive snaps. They've thrown 4 passes, and Alabama expected them really to be running with the ball about half the time at least.
Here's Archie Manning, who's 2 of 4, losing his footing on nature's own grass. Floyd Franks had gone on a very, very deep pass pattern. Single coverage by Mike Dean of Alabama. So it'll be a 2nd down and 10. You know, Commissioner A.B. Tonto Coleman invites you to enjoy the centennial year of college football each week, as well as the Southeastern Conference game between Alabama and Mississippi. These fine young men, with their performance on the field and in the classroom, demonstrate that athletic success and academic excellence are not incompatible. Okay. That was Randy Meade from Mendel Hall, Mississippi, sophomore, 6'2", 192 pounds, number 24, that carried on the play.
The same trap up the middle that Alabama used so effectively to set up their touchdown. We have the 3rd and 11 situation now, the first big down for Mississippi. Alabama made good on their 2 third down long yardage plays on their first drive.
Now we've got 3rd down and 12 at the Alabama 46. Mississippi with the ball. Alabama leads 7-0. Randy Reed, after catching the pass, Bud, lowered that head and shoulder and drove right in for a little more.
The Mississippi attack is based at the flanks. They like to run the sprint out pass. They like to run the option plays, which they haven't used yet. And the passes into the flat, which have been very effective for them on this drive.
Now, Bud, just inside the Alabama 40. It's about 4th down and 6.
And when you get the tight, tough situations like this, one bad play, of course, is what knocks you out of the box. And Manning slipping was what kept them from sustaining the ball here.
That's Mike Dean of Alabama awaiting Julian Fagan's punt. Julian, the 10th punter, ranked in the nation. Taking a Mississippi, then an Alabama bounce. And it is down. Let's call it the 14-yard line here at Legion Field. And a marker down on that last play as the players move back toward the line of scrimmage, which was the 40 at the Alabama 40, Mississippi with the ball. And Archie Manning is back out on the field, number 18. So Mississippi fans, hold everything. They have new life here. Was it defensive holding? 5:23 remaining in the first quarter. Alabama leads 7-0. Driving from their own 23. 15 plays to score. About 70,000 fans are watching, as you are, as we look at the linesman, N.M. Covette, and the referee, Jim Hartley. And very carefully are reestablishing the measuring spot here at Legion Field. And the final, Nebraska 42, Minnesota 14 today. Well, this is one of the longest conferences, and I can hardly wait to see what the signal will be, Bud.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, Chris, for offside, and they wanted to be certain that they moved it just the precise 5 yards because it's now 4th down. What would you say, about a foot?
Boy, it's a little, I'd say a foot. Okay. 4th down the foot instead of punting now. Mississippi going for it at about the 35 of Alabama. They need a foot, and sophomore Randy Reed appears to have had that ball forward enough for the first down. Skip Jernigan. There it is, first down for Ole Miss. And Rebel fans are cheering here. The 3rd first down for Mississippi.
Once again, one of the frequently overlooked errors are penalties, and that 5-yard penalty for offside. Sustained possession for Mississippi.
Lloyd Franks now is to the near side of the field. And the 33, first down. Manning. Ooh! And that's Floyd Franks that we indicated was a split over here to the near side of the field, and Manning throws a bullet.
Let's watch it again in slow motion. Franks down the field as Manning is spinning out to the bottom of your picture. He slowed it up a little bit, then took the outside break. Manning had cut up inside the end and was moving toward the line of scrimmage as he delivered this perfect strike. Franks catching the ball, making a great pivot to lose the halfback wagon and move the ball forward to the 10-yard line.
And that ball is right on the 10, most of it just over the 10 with a first down. Manning. Manning carried a couple of Alabama tacklers, including number 40, Husband, and a good block was shown by Bo Bowen, the fullback.
He's done a great job on the defensive ends. That was a big play for Mississippi. First down on the 10 is supposed to be the hardest position on the field to score a touchdown because the defense is going to be packed in. Manning rolling out had the defensive secondary wondering was he going to throw, but it was a sweep all the way as he cut inside the end.
Well, we're in Dixie. But now second down and goal. Alabama leads 7-0. This is Ole Miss with the ball. And Manning is in there. Archie Manning has scored his 4th touchdown rushing. And number 24 in white, let's give him a pat on the back for a nifty block. There is Manning now. And we have the possibility now of a tie ball game at 4:01 of the first quarter, Bud.
One of the brilliant executions is the blocking, as you said, of Bowen, knocking the end out. That play usually is designed to go around the end. They've knocked the end out, cut up inside.
Barry King's kick is up and good. It's a deadlock.
Watch it.
73 degrees in Birmingham.
Let's watch it again in slow motion. As you can see the block right here, and Manning turning up inside on the quarterback sweep. It's really a quarterback off-tackle play. The end comes across. They knock the end out instead of hooking him in.
Bud, this is a lot of fun doing this game. ABC and the NCAA combined to celebrate the centennial year of college football with timeout.
Liberal system.
An Ole Miss cheerleader on the shoulders of her colleague. Ole Miss has just scored, capping a 74-yard march. Ole Miss kicking off. Hinton kicking it over here, out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. While they bring the ball back to the 35 for a re-kick, let's pause for 5 seconds to allow our local stations this opportunity to identify themselves. Okay, back again at Legion Field in Birmingham. 4:05 remaining in the first quarter. If you just joined us, Alabama, first series of downs, went 77 yards in 15 plays to score. Then they kicked to Mississippi, and Mississippi drove from its own 26. Manning, the quarterback, scoring on the 11th play with the point after. It's 7-all. Now from the 35 because of the kick going out of bounds. Royce Hinton, number 91.
We've had only one possession by each team, as Chris pointed out. Alabama taking 6 minutes and 41 seconds to score.
All right, Bubba Sawyer comes up to the 15, the 20, the 25, and keeps rolling along to the 31-yard line. And now Alabama gets the ball for the second time as Doug Bridgers stopped Sawyer. He was joined by Elmer Allen, number 79, from Columbus, Mississippi. All right, we're looking at Alabama now. Scott Hunter has thrown 4 times, completing 4. You can't get much better than that, can you?
The Mississippi defense has, of course, had a few moments to talk with their coaches. We'll see what changes they make in their alignment in an attempt to slow up the tide.
From the 31-yard line, Scott Hunter of Alabama. Score tied. Ooh, a long. That was intended for Bubba Sawyer, number 27.
He's the 9-7 sprinter, but Ray Heidel matched him stride for stride.
All right, it'll be second down and 10 for Alabama at their own 31.
And it appears that Alabama is going, or Mississippi rather, is going to drop out a linebacker to the double wide flankered side. If they do this, the Alabama usual change of pattern is to run the triple option to that side.
Scott Hunter, number 12 of Alabama. Ooh, a loose ball. Pete Gillaba, Madison, New Jersey, failed on the handoff. The ball comes back to the 28, a loss of 3. It'll be third down and 13. Another final, California beating Rice today, 31-21. USC 31, Oregon State 7. Ohio State 41, Washington 14. And here at Legion Field in Birmingham, live color telecast on ABC. With 3:40 to go in the first quarter, it is tied 7-all as we have a procedure penalty against Alabama declined.
And Scott Hunter is faced with his third situation of third down and long yardage.
Bill Chafin is in the lineup for Alabama, number 31. 27 goes to the far side as we look at Bear Bryant. sideline. Let's see. Not quite enough. Less than a yard for the first down, despite a 12-yard advance to the 40. And that brings up a 4th down at the Alabama 40.
With man-for-man coverage by the linebackers and the dividing of the two halfbacks, the screen is open up the middle as the line rush and the linebackers move to the flanks.
Frank Mann is now punting for Alabama. The first punt of the night, and Mann kicks it back to the 10, the 11, out to the 15. And then the quickness of Alabama is there. Leon Felts of Ole Miss catches that 48-yard punt and gets 5 yards on the return. With a timeout here at Legion Field in Birmingham, the score is Mississippi 7, Alabama 7.
About life insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Very good hands.
The city of Birmingham, Alabama went all out to build the $1 million press box and facilities for 70,000 spectators. Legion Field, as Ole Miss has it at their own 16. First down following an Alabama punt. Manning spun around for a very little gain. And it's obvious now that both Buck and Bryant, the coaches, had no problem getting their teams up for this rivalry because they are really going after the ball.
And I believe that Ole Miss felt that Alabama would be looking for the pass since they had used passes on their first drive so successfully. However, Alabama was in their tight 8-man front, ready for the running play.
No gain, second down and 10. In motion is Myers. Pretty play. Leon Felts, a sprinter from Winona, Mississippi, brings it out across the 25, nearly up to the 30, Bud.
The halfback draw play off the sprint out fake. The sprint out by Manning was instrumental in the completed passes on the first drive and also in scoring the touchdown. As the linebackers moved out, he simply dropped the ball off to Felts. He found good running room inside.
5 and 5, first downs. Scores 7-7. Manning. And Jim Poole, sophomore, getting his 3rd baptism of battle, having gone against Memphis State, 28-3 victory, and then a loss to Kentucky, 10-9. As Manning of Mississippi has thrown 6 times, he's completed 5, 55 yards. Hunter of Alabama, 5 of 6 with 51 yards, and the score is tied 7-7. Second down and about 6. Manning getting that 6'3" body, lengthening with each stride and going to the Alabama 38-yard line.
Let's watch it again with Manning dropping back to throw. Bear Bryant was concerned about this. He reads the defense so well. Watch his offensive tackle here. Worthy McClure, number 73, blocking. There's the rush. You can see the Alabama men using the stunt, and there's McClure's great block. And here comes Manning, having seen that daylight.
And now from the Alabama 38, first down for Ole Miss. And Leon Felts closing in to the 33 with a 6-yard gain as a marker is on the field. Wayne Rhodes and Woody Husband, number 40 of Nashville, made the stop. Five yards against the Rebs. Let's see the penalty here. Illegal shift in that backfield.
That's the first Mississippi penalty. Alabama has had two penalties rather, and at one time where they mishandled the ball. So the errors are now 3 on the Alabama side, 1 on the Mississippi side.
Now Archie Manning, number 18, will try to move from the Alabama 43 with a first down and 15. Score tied 7-all. 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nice fake. Manning in trouble. Safety valves it to Jim Poole, number 89. And Bill Blair, number 25, forced him out of bounds.
Oh, what a reaction.
And Jim was out of bounds at about the 44, so it'll be second down and 16 with the score tied 7-all, 43 seconds to go, first quarter. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are. Down to the far side, 87, Floyd Franks. Vernon Studdard, number 81. There's a flanker to the near side. Archie Manning. Lost one. Oh, stuttered. Number 81 had beaten the defender, but as you saw, the pass was a little bit too long, and we see now what Johnny Vaught meant when he said number 18, Manning, could go with the long reach. He can throw 50 yards in the air.
The Alabama defense that time with a free safety, man for man, on the other eligible receivers.
At the pep rally in Oxford.
Let's take a look at it again. You can see how wide open he is as the halfback beat, but the ball was overthrown.
So it's third down. And 16, Manning. 25, Bill Blair got his hand on that pass. That was a low liner. And that brings up fourth down. Manning was trying to hit stuttered. Number 81.
And once again, the penalty broke up the momentum of the attack. Mississippi now in a punting situation.
29 seconds, first quarter, score tied 7-all. And we have Julian Fagan. Mike Dean is in the crimson jersey, if you're watching in color. Here's Fagan. Gets it high. Dean calling for a fair catch, then lets it go. It's a touchback. It was Leon Phelps, number 27 in white, for Mississippi, chasing the ball. 43-yard punt. NCAA college football. We're in the South. Birmingham tonight. Next Saturday, another renewal of a rivalry. At the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, it'll be Texas against Oklahoma. One of the truly great collegiate rivalries played annually in Dallas.
You see the Mississippi defense getting ready to move to the strong side. The linebackers, Blount going to the strong side, Brister to the short side each time. 5-2 set.
All right, Sawyer's to the far side from the 20-yard line. Scott Hunter.
For once in a lifetime, get into this world.
Footing that was not solid. His knee touched at about the 22, however.
The official was not in on the tackle. He was simply moving forward to the spot where Hunter's knee had touched the ground.
Well, that's just part of the show here at Legion Field in Birmingham. At halftime, the $1 Million Band of Alabama and a great band from Ole Miss will be performing, and our colleague Bill Fleming will be helping you to enjoy it. And this football game, boy, it's one that has both of us on the edge of our seats, Bud, and that's why it's so much fun each Saturday to go around and see the various colleges and the various conferences playing this great game that was started 100 years ago.
It's going to be very interesting to see how the defensive teams adjust in their attempt to stop two of the most potent attacks we've seen thus far this year.
Well, we're awaiting the start of the second quarter, and it'll be second down and 8 at the 22 for the Crimson Tide. And once again, we have our clock that has not hit the 15-minute mark, which, as you know, is the length of a period in football. And until we get it back to 15, the second quarter will not start. Amazing the wires we're getting from the various alumni clubs all over the country that are meeting in the various cities watching the telecast. And we appreciate the fact that the reception is great. And we hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are. There's Johnny Vaught, the TCU All-American, born in Olney, Texas, grew up in Fort Worth, and his 23rd season at Ole Miss.
And what he's saying is, I can't believe it with the game going and that kind of momentum that the clock is not operating.
Yes, we appreciate the fraternities and sororities with their signs that welcome America's #1 network to Legion Field. And right now, a message on behalf of Walter Byers, the executive director of the NCAA, congratulating the players named to the Football Writers All-Time Teams. The honorees included Don Hudson, an Alabama end from 1932 through 34. A lot electrically, apparently they can't get the field clock fixed, so they're going to keep the time on the field. All right. Beautiful pass to Musso. sophomore shows that he can catch passes. That's his third of the year.
Beautiful
Van
ball
Devender made the stop.
Beautiful ball handling, great fake.
From the 22-yard line, the ball is now out at approximately the 32. And let's see, we have a timeout.
I think the officials have taken a timeout, Chris, because it appears that the clock on the scoreboard is operating again, and they will move it forward to the amount of time left on the field watch.
Incidentally, Johnny Musso on that last play was shaken up. He has been replaced, the tailback spot, by Pete Moore. That's the field clock. So now the ball at the 37-yard line. First down for Alabama, and Gillaba recovered that loose ball. He had to raise up and was hit hard at the 40 by Larry Thomas, the middle guard of the Ole Miss defense.
It's the Alabama version of the triple option. They call the play, don't know whether he'll give the ball to the halfback, the quarterback keep it, or the quarterback, having faked to the halfback, will pitch to the trailing halfback. They did almost fumble, as you pointed out.
At the 41, second down and 6. David Bailey is split to the near side of the field. Get an idea of the violence there on the field as Pete Moore 42 and Gillaba 32. Fred Brister.
The statistics of the first half, very close ball game, as you can see. First downs, Mississippi 6-5. Mississippi out rushing Alabama and out passing them. Offensive plays, 18 for Mississippi, 19 for Alabama. Strangely, Alabama had the ball 8 minutes and 49 seconds of the first 15 minutes. Mississippi having it 6 minutes and 11 seconds.
With the ball near the 42, it's third down and 5 for Alabama. Score tied, 7-6. Forward progress to about the 46 of Mississippi. David Bailey caught the Scott Hunter pass. Wick Neely on the tackle.
And it appears that in order to stop Scott Hunter, you've got to get to him before he throws the ball.
From the 46 now, Alabama. In Mississippi territory, first down. 13 minutes to go in the first half. 7-7. Laniger to the near side. There's Scott Hunter sliding along the line, hoping that Larry Thomas, 41, was there. Herod, 78, and Hap Farber, number 47.
Let's watch it again in slow motion. You can see the defensive end waiting, watching, reading. Hunter comes out with the ball, starts up the field, and Farber moves in to make the tackle.
All right, back live now with the ball. Let's call it the 43 of Mississippi. Running side, number 88. Bailey opposite, 2nd and 7. Gillaba, the fullback. And Gillaba has moved to the 35 of Ole Miss.
I think as the play started, it looked like Mississippi was going to get the rush on Hunter. But whenever you come through quite that cleanly against a team that blocks as well as Alabama, you have to assume that perhaps the screen is up as it was that time.
Number 40 in white is Joe Blunt. 36 is Glenn Cannon. Hunter now has thrown 9 times, completed 8 for 87 yards. Manning of Mississippi is 6 of 9. And with the ball at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide. Richard Grammer centering the ball now to Hunter. Moore. Herod was there again, number 78. Isn't he a fine lineman?
The split end, the tight end, Hunter Husband, continues to split out. And that is keeping the defensive secondary of Mississippi a little further from the ball than they normally would be playing, and has broken down a little bit the ability to trade off as receivers come down the field.
Hunter talking to Bear Bryant in this, the centennial year of college football. With timeout, the score, Mississippi 7, Alabama 7. Ford 77-yard drive by Alabama, 74 by Mississippi. Now Alabama with a 2nd and 9 at the Mississippi 35. Scott Hunter. Raniger. Let's see where the linesman will mark his forward progress as his lateral movement.
Let's watch it in dual isolation. Scott Hunter on the left of your screen, dropping back. George Raniger at the right of the screen, starting downfield. He runs a cross-field pattern here as the halfback broke down the middle. And as you can see, he was wide open on the crossing pattern. And he continued to move across field and looked like for a moment, as Mississippi boys ran into each other, he might be able to break for daylight.
Now big
But
down,
they had a
3rd
very
and
fine
3.
tackle coming up.
3rd down and 3. Gillaba. Larry Thomas again, number 41, joined by number 40, Joe Blunt. Well, it is 4th down, as you can see, and you see the ball is at about the 27. 4th down, as we look at the stakes, it's 4th and a little more than 1 yard.
Every play is a big play, but some are a little bigger than others.
Bailey now to the near side of the field. And Pete Moore carried the ball quite close to that 1st down at the Mississippi 27. Wick Neely, the Ole Miss defense, and Joe Blunt. Bill.
This is going to be very close.
Down here where football is a way of life, at least 3 months out of the year, the Ole Miss defense has held on down to the offensive unit, races out at Legion Field. From the 26-yard line, they will have a 1st and 10. Archie Manning at quarterback with the score tied 7-all. Less than 10 minutes to go in the 1st half. Did he trap it or did he catch it in flight? Floyd Franks. It is a reception. And listen to the fans here at Legion Field.
It's amazing how similar the tactics in the passing game are of both teams. The wide receivers going downfield as the inside men break to the flat and then hooking back to the inside in front of their halfback.
That was 11 yards. 1st down. Franks now to the near side of the field for Mississippi. From the 37, the Rebels. Wally Myers was over there, but Manning was rushed so hard that he was fortunate to get the ball away as Robin Parkhouse put the rush. And now, let's see. Bear Bryant over there.
And he's having a little disagreement with the officials, Chris.
'26 of Alabama is Mike Dean.
And Mike did not think that he interfered.
Well, the referee, Jim Artley, now with that football. And he's going to head in a direction that is toward the Alabama defense. And it moves the ball in Alabama territory. A personal foul against the Crimson Tide. 1st down at the Alabama 48. Mississippi with the ball now. The score tied 7-all. 9:24 to go. 1st half. Floyd Franks the split end to the near side. The wingback is Riley Myers at the top of your screen. And this is one of the home ballparks for Alabama. And with Mississippi on offense, they couldn't hear the signal.
Let's watch the play here in slow motion. As you can see, the ball was way thrown, and number 26 of Alabama comes in, and the ball is out of play, and the Mississippi receiver is out of bounds, and he did hit him, and that was a personal foul penalty that cost Alabama 15 yards.
Each Saturday on ABC, college football in its centennial year. With timeout, the score, Mississippi 7, Alabama
Go with confidence.
On the left, the Alabama defense, which in 2 games has allowed only 27 points. Following a personal foul against Alabama, it's 1st and 10 for Ole Miss at the Alabama 48 with the score tied. Floyd Frank split to the far side. Archie Manning of Mississippi. Riley Myers. And how was that for a sure tackle?
Let's watch it again. Riley Myers is the wingback. He starts downfield, breaking to the outside, into the flat area, and he certainly looked like he was going that way, then stopped and came back and caught the ball thrown right at the letters.
Archie Manning now with a 2nd and 6 at the Alabama 44. More yardage for the Reds. That's sophomore Jim Poole, hit by number 26, Mike Dean, and 41, Danny Gilbert. A little Alabama cheerleader.
Alabama is adjusting their defense, as you can see, from the 4-4 to the 5-2. They're trying to stunt in the middle, but thus far they have not been able with any consistency to get through to force the passer and break down the timing of the plays.
Measurement for the first down failed by about the length of a football, as Manning of Mississippi has thrown 12 times. He's completed 9 for 76 yards. The Alabama counterpart, Junior Scott Hunter, he has completed 9 of 10. 22 is Bo Bowen in the backfield. 24 is Randy Reed. Riley Myers, the wingback, number 86. Split end is Floyd Franks coming to the near side of the field on 3rd down and inches. Bo Bowen, number 22. And Ole Miss keeps its drive alive with its 8th first down. Everything is even. The score 7-7. First downs 8 apiece.
And the swing of the game being who can maintain possession of the ball, as both teams move very consistently well on offense.
That's Manning. Myers and Frank set away from the line. And this is Floyd Franks of Biloxi, Mississippi.
The first bootleg play that we have had, the backfield taking to the top of your screen, Manning coming off to the opposite side, getting isolated one-on-one coverage to set up the reception.
To the 25, a 13-yard gain, another first down. 9 for Mississippi, 8 for Alabama. 7-7 with 7 minutes 42 seconds remaining in the first half. Mississippi in the light. That's Myers in motion. Good faking. That was Floyd Franks, number 87 in white, that tried to get high enough to pull it down. The rush was on Manning.
Let's watch it again. Frank starting down the field, sort of drifting. And you can see that he's being watched there very, very carefully by number 26, Mike Dean. He broke to the inside and then went up for the ball, but it was a little bit overthrown and also well covered. No chance on the play.
The Rebels from Ole Miss have the ball at the Alabama 25. 2nd down and 10 now. Franks, the split end to the far side. The man in motion now. Manning to Phelps.
He made a pretty good little move there.
And quickness on the part of Leon Phelps. And now Ole Miss has come near the Alabama 10.
When you get a fine ball carrier in the open field without any angle on him, as Gilbert was in position that time, coming up where he could go both ways, it's a very difficult play to make the tackle.
103 yards now passing for Manning at the 11, 1st and 10. Out of bounds at the 7. Leon Phelps, number 27. So it is 2nd down and 6. Jim Duke and Steve Higginbotham covering on the play.
And another outstanding block by Bo Bowen on the defensive end.
Yes. But we're getting quite a preview for next Saturday afternoon's game from Dallas, Texas, Oklahoma. Are your nerves ready for that one?
It's an old statement, but still true. They came to play.
All right, with the ball at the 7 now. Manning into Riley Myers. A loose ball. Paul Busham, number 70, was over that ball in a flash. There he is. And a drive by the Rebels is stalled.
Let's watch it again in slow motion. It looks like Myers is going to make it all the way into the end zone. It was a double wing formation. Myers breaking to the outside as Franks breaks to the outside. It appears here that he's going to make it into the end zone, and he is really double teamed here. There goes the ball. He tries to reach for it, but can't quite get it. Alabama comes in and done for Paul Busham, rather, making the recovery for them.
Danny Gilbert breaking it loose as the offensive team of Alabama moves from its own 4 across the 10-yard line. Johnny Musso, number 22, the ball carrier, coming up to about the 12-yard line, and Glenn Cannon makes the tackle where we now have a 2nd down and 2 for the Crimson Tide. 7-7 the score.
And when you are a coach and you go to bed at night, you can see that play in slow motion indelibly.
Musso getting a workout tonight from his quarterback, Scott Hunter. And there's the man that recovered the fumble. He's getting first-class treatment off the bench on the far side of the field.
Alabama using their goal line offense to try to get a first down from inside their own 10 by using their Y formation in the belly plate.
With the ball at the 14 now. It's a 3rd down and a yard. Scott Hunter on a keeper tried to get the necessary yardage. First down, Alabama. Blunt and Morrow making tackles. As you see time remaining in the first half, and don't forget the bands. We said there's a battle between quarterbacks, the 2 coaches, the 2 teams, and there's quite a battle with which of the 2 schools has the prettiest co-eds. We'll let Bud Wilkinson be the judge of that.
Beautiful defensive play by Dennis Coleman. You could see him take on the Alabama back and knock him back into the backfield to close the hole.
But Bud, what about the co-eds?
Looks to me, Chris, like it's a tie. You've been saying how everything was even, and it appears that that's true in that case also.
Okay, Charlie. Now at the 15-yard line. 2nd down. Hunter. Nice little pitch out. Boy, that could go. And the lad from Meridian, Mississippi, George Raniger, playing for Alabama.
Let's watch it again in slow motion. It's the triple option play from the Y formation. The inside fake to the fullback, the pitch back, and here's Raniger. Musso leading him. Now he picks up a block from Bailey. He's got daylight. Appears like he might make it all the way, but he's pulled down from behind.
67 yards to the Mississippi 18, first down Alabama. Gillova getting a yard or 2, number 32 in the crimson jersey. Number 45 in on the play, and 43, Alan LeBlanc, a sophomore. 45 being Armstrong. Now the ball is at the 17-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 9. As we look at Bear Bryant, we have a timeout here at Legion Field in Birmingham, and the score is Mississippi 7.
Real good taste. Yeah, me and my Winstons, we got a real good thing.
George Raniger has set up great field position for Alabama with a beautiful 67-yard run. And I want to point out that in 2 games, Raniger has rushed the ball only 3 times and has scored 2 touchdowns. So now it's 2nd down and 9 at the 17-yard line of Mississippi. Alabama with the ball. The score tied 7-all. 4:28 remaining in the first half. David Bailey to the left. Scott Hunter to Leon Bubba Sawyer. Touchdown, Alabama. Sophomore Bubba Sawyer.
Beautiful ball handling by Hunter.
96 yards, 5 plays, a 17-yard scoring play by Sawyer, who is a broadcasting major at Alabama, from Fairhope, Alabama. And he is quite a happy boy as we now have Mike Dean to try the point after. Frank Mann will hold up and good. Well, the 7-7 tie has been broken. As you see, Alabama recovering a Mississippi fumble at about the 2-yard line. Takes advantage of the opportunity.
Let's watch the triple option again going to the top of your screen. The ball has been pitched back, and you can see a beautiful block by Musso. And when you get that kind of blocking, it's very simple to carry the ball, but Sawyer knew where that goal line was, too, and he made no mistake about getting into the end zone. Beautiful execution of the triple option by Alabama for the score.
Yes, Bud, as you indicated, Johnny Musso, the sophomore back, with a good block, as now Mississippi awaits the Alabama kick. Kickoff man is Semeny, moving to the ball. And going back, Vernon Studdard in the end zone, his speedster, but decides not to come out of the end zone. So to come out to the 20-yard line. Now Ole Miss has 4:17 on the clock here in the first half.
I think it's a tribute to the offensive strength of both teams that we've had 2 punts with only 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining of the first 30 minutes of play.
But I get the indication that this is the kind of football you love.
I think everybody does, Chris.
Right. Lloyd Franks for Mississippi is the split end to the near side. Myers is a flanker from the 20. First down, Archie Manning. A bullet. Fine reception by Franks, number 87. And then a turn upfield where Steve Higginbotham and Bill Blair stop him. And the forward progress for a first down is stopped at the 34.
I think that play is very indicative of how difficult it is to defend the pass when it's thrown perfectly. The inside turn and the ball delivered numeral high with the receiver's back between himself and the...
Studdard is the flanker to the far side. Archie Manning. And he is moved near midfield. A 16-yard run as a marker goes down. Archie Manning wanted to hit Studdard. Covered, however, so he carries it himself.
I don't believe it was a marker, Chris. I believe that one of the linemen lost the towel that he carries to keep his hands dry.
Temperature now about 70 degrees. Beautiful night in Birmingham. Manning has carried the ball 6 times for 50 yards. And now at the 49, it's a first down as Ole Miss is battling back. Trailing 7-14 with about 3.5 to go in the first half. Manning. Well, he's like a thoroughbred racehorse.
They had the pressure on him. It looked as though there was no way he could get out of it, and all he did was pick up a first down.
The young man from Drew, Mississippi, has now set up his rebs at the Alabama, let's call it the 33-yard line. And it's a Mississippi 1st and 10 seconds to go in the first half.
It appears that Alabama's moved their tackles out a little wider to stop Mississippi wide, but thus far they've not been able to do so.
Manning going to the air. Intended for Floyd Franks. You know, Bud, we've been superimposing a lot of scores of all types of colleges and universities. And I just want to point out today that Slippery Rock defeated Shippensburg 34-31.
They're very happy.
Yes. Right here with 3:05 remaining in the first half, it is Alabama 14, Mississippi 7, with the ball in the Alabama 33. It's a 2nd down and 10. And time has been called on the field. And more scores. Rutgers continues to win, beating Cornell 21-7. Yale walloping Colgate. Dan Devine dancing in Columbia. And Purdue coming from behind to beat Stanford. etc., etc. All right, second down and 10, 3:05 left in the first half. Mississippi. Ooh, pretty. Stuttered. And in on the play, number 49, Steve Higginbottom, and Mike Dean.
Watch it again in slow motion. The swing by Manning is to the bottom of your screen. Beautiful inside fake. The break to the outside. Studdard is wide open as he catches the ball. Watch him spin here. And he thought that for a moment he had gotten away, but his knee hit the ground, and he was down.
First and 10 at the 13. Manning. That was Randy Reed, who, despite the footsteps from number 26, Mike Dean, tried to get more yardage, as Manning now has thrown 21 times, completing 16. Hunter is 9 of 10 for Alabama, and that clock is moving. 2:14 in the first half. Alabama leads 14-7. Second down and 8. Whistles blowing.
I believe the problem, Chris, was the marker on the sidelines had the third down up instead of second down.
Right.
One of the officials saw it.
And it was a little different than second down and 8, too.
The difference between second and 8 and third and 8, believe me.
Archie Manning, number 18. 6'3 and a half, 198 pounds. Vernon Studdard is number 81. Second down and 8. What a defensive play by Alabama's Wayne Rhodes and Robin Parkhouse.
It's the first time that Alabama has gotten to the Mississippi quarterback Manning. They did it by bluffing at the end was dropped off, and then just before the ball was snapped, Rhodes moved up on the line of scrimmage, took the inside rush, and went home free.
The two great bands of the South. $1 Million Band of Alabama, great band, the Rebs from Oxford, Mississippi, will entertain. Minute 16 to go. Third and 17 from the 26, Mississippi, trailing 14-7. They have the ball. What a bullet. It appears to be complete inside the 10-yard line. Aren't these two fine quarterbacks that you're seeing in action?
Let's watch it again in slow motion. He truly drilled this one. Way on the outside. Franks cutting now across the middle, and watch this ball come in right at the belt buckle. Really drilled it.
And Bud, now we have a measurement to see whether it's a first down. They needed 17 yards, and ooh, is it close. They didn't make it, so that brings up a fourth down and inches with 55 seconds left in the first half. Alabama leading 14-7.
And unofficially, they have 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, they have marched up and down the length of the football field. If they can cap this one, it'll be an 80-yard drive. Archie Manning, fourth down, remember. And his forward progress, it's measured where the plane of the ball, its most forward point. So the linesman who was there, Randy Reed, lugged the leather. Paul Bushong and Jim Duke, the tackles, tried to stop him, and
they obviously did not make it, Chris.
Yes,
Alabama had a illegal motion penalty, which was refused by Alabama because they had not picked up the first down on the play.
all right. So with 35 seconds remaining in the first half, Alabama's defense, which Bear Bryant is worried about all year, showed its might, stalled Mississippi at the 9, and now they have the ball with Scott Hunter calling signals from the 9. There's the time remaining. Alabama leading 14-7. Buzz Morrow defensively for Ole Miss, number 70.
This is the first time I think that we've had any lack of excitement as Alabama is simply running out the clock to end the first half.
And Still 11 seconds, now 10. And Hunter just hangs on to the ball. Merely wanting now to get into the locker room at halftime. And there they go.
Seminy was on the bottom of that pile, along with Eddie Hines from Lafayette. They make the stop just shy of the 35s, so an excellent return. They had a wedge right up the middle. Man in motion to the right. Here's Manning rolling to the right. He throws incomplete. Incomplete at the strong side is right this time. Manning takes, rolls to the left, looks down, throws, completed at the 48-yard line, and down immediately is Floyd Franks. But he gets that first down across the 45. Mike Dean was there, Bill Blair was there, and at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. After his receivers were covered, 1st and 10 to the 48-yard line. Manning rolls out. He throws incomplete at the 46-yard line. Intended for Randy Reed, a speedster from Mendenhall, Mississippi. Now they drop into a 6. Here's Manning taking, rolling back. He's got some time. He throws right across the center, completed at the 50-yard line to fullback Bo Bowen coming out of the backfield. Bobby Stanford hit him down, and Jim Duke, but he fell forward into Alabama territory. A 3-yard pickup. 3rd and 7. Here's Manning taking on a trap play. It goes to Phelps. Phelps off left tackle to the 40. Phelps at the 30-yard line inside territory. Down to the 33-yard line. Bill Blair pulls him down. So Manning pulling a very smart play there. Steve Clay into the ball game. Moving out now is Manning. Wants to throw. He throws incomplete. Manning takes. Again, the same play, zipping up the middle. Leon Phelps across the 25 to perhaps the 23-yard line. Buddy Mitchell knocking him out a place. Ole Miss offense. Rolling to the right is Archie Manning. He throws, completed to Stoddard at the 15. Stoddard gets inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. Mike Dean and Danny Gilbert were over there to bring him down. Right at 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Manning takes, fakes inside, rolls out, throws incomplete in the end zone. Alabama put a little pressure with a safety blitz. That was Billy Blair that shot right up the middle. Seems to be out to break that record. Archie Manning looks, takes an inside handoff, rolls out. He's going to run himself. He's hit at the 12, gets to the 11-yard line, and he's boomed down by the red jerseys. We see Steve Bird as the umpire, Paul Beauchamp, Jim Duke. Play here for both squads. The lines are poised. Manning rolls to the left on the run-pass option. He throws, completed for a touchdown. Into the end zone goes Floyd Franks. So Manning to Franks for 10 yards and a TD. And Ole Miss is within a point of Alabama. Going 65 yards and scoring with 11:34 to go in the 3rd period. Snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is good. There's timeout on the field with the score. Alabama 14, Mississippi 14.
Be sure to come.
Royce Hinton takes about a 7-yard run up. He kicks the ball. It's going to bound into the end zone, and very wisely, Bubba Sawyer downs it there. Musso tried to come up to field it, let it get away because he didn't have a clean shot at it. It rolled back into the end zone, and Bubba Sawyer simply downed it there. Royce Hinton did what I'm sure Johnny Vaught was very happy about. He looks over the Ole Miss defense. Long count. He gives to Musso. Musso gets 2 yards, and that's all. Buzz Morrow pulled him down, just simply wouldn't give up. Gillivre was trying to lead the block, but Morrow fought him off and pulled him down at the 22-yard line. Hunter Husband is a slot man to the right. Scott Hunter takes, fakes an inside, throws out. It's completed to Musso. Musso at the 20 and is hit down on a fine shoestring tackle as he gets to the 25-yard line. A good tackle by linebacker Freddie Brister, who came up with a big one.
On that play, John, Danny Ford was leading him around that time and made a tremendous block over on the sideline at about the 25-yard line and allowed him to pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards.
Under center, Scott Hunter. Hunter looks. He's dropping back. He has some time. Nice pressure. He throws. It is incomplete at the 40-yard line. Here's the snap. A good snap. Here's the boot. Ball climbing kick, not too deep. It'll bounce around the 40-yard line. It takes an Alabama roll inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line, and red jerseys circle around it at that point, and Ole Miss will put it in play at their own 28. A tie game, 14-14, Alabama and Ole Miss, with 10 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in the third period. Looks over the side defense, rolling back and throwing long and incomplete. Right at the... Now he's in motion to the left. The handoff is inside to Phelps. Phelps is hit at the 30-yard line and jolted forward. Bobby Stanford, a sophomore linebacker, man in motion to the right. Manning rolls right, throws, almost intercepted by Bobby Stanford, and if he could have hung on to it, he could have ambled into the end zone. As Manning threw on that corner, and Bobby Stanford was in great position. Alabama at their own 42. Here's the snap. Rather high this time, but Alabama, I believe, has set a return. And Fagan gets a beauty. Mike Dean waits for it at the 30-yard line. He takes it in. Comes right up the middle. He's hit the 35, and he rolls to about the 37-yard line. If he could have gotten by that first restraining wall, he had some blockers set up, but Billy Coker pulled him down at the 37. But on the exchange with the penalty, Alabama gets the ball at their own 37 rather than their own 19.
Has any of those three games related to you? Alabama's ball, time is in.
Richard Grammer over the ball. Scott Hunter back. Hunter with some time. He looks. He is throwing for George Raniger. Raniger takes it in at the 25-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line. George Raniger rolled out of bounds by Ray Heidel. But what fabulous hands the junior from Meridian showed. He was at full speed. He shot those two hands out there and gathered it in on a dead run. So Raniger comes up with another big play. Scott Hunter. Hunter gives to Musto. Musto is busted as he crosses the 20. The linebacker diagnosed that, slanted in there, and that was Jeff Horn, who was playing a little bit off the center, and Johnny really got belted down.
They're ready to go. It's second down and about 14.
Wide men, left and right. Raniger and Bailey. Hunter under the center. Hunter dropping back. Looks, throws, completed to the 4-yard line to David Bailey, hooking in at the 4. Bailey made a fine grab. He was hit down by Glenn Cannon. It's first down inside the 5-yard line. First and goal. So that was a 16-yard conference, I guess you could say, as Alabama maneuvered it from the 20 inside, well, actually to about the 4.5. Gillaba, the up man in this set. He takes, he gives to Musto. Musto diving and fighting maybe to the 3-yard line. Going over Ken Wilder and Alvin Samples. Out and over the ball. In the wishbone tee, Scott Hunter under the center. The give is pitched back to Raniger. Raniger knifes in. He's hit. He fights his way to the 1-foot line is the way it looked like, and there was officials standing right there to put the ball down at the 1-foot line. George made a fine effort. Horn and Armstrong came in to belt him down. Well, they put the ball back a little bit. Operating from the wishbone. Here's the take. The give is to Musto. Musto goes over the top for the TD. Moves 67 yards. Signals are being called. Frank Mann takes a snap, places it down. The kick is in the air. It is good. There's timeout on the field.
With the wind still kicking up a bit from the northeast, actually a quartering wind.
Simony advancing on the ball. He boots. A high floating kick that puts Studdard 2 yards deep in the end zone. And again, Phelps says, do not run it out. So, Ole Miss will put the ball in play at their 20-yard line. Now, looking ahead, Alabama will have to be going against that breeze, and it'll be at the Rebels back in the all-important fourth stanza. At the 20-yard line, first and 10 for the Ole Miss Rebels. Man in motion to the right is there in the slot. The handoff is going to his tailbase fullback, Bowen. Bo Bowen, the senior from Jackson, who is the only senior starter on the offensive unit. They have hurt Alabama with that little delay. Line now as Manning works them over. Long count by Archie. Archie drops back. Looks. He throws. Completed at the 32-yard line and getting away to the 40 and finally pulled out of bounds by Bill Blair and Alabama territory at the 45-yard line is Floyd Franks as Mississippi comes roaring back. 5:51 left to play in the third quarter. Floyd Franks spun away from a man and took off. Jeff Beard comes back in at middle guard. Billy Blair pulled him out. Ole Miss operating in Alabama territory. Manning with a strong side right. Rolls out that way, looks, he's pressured, throws, and it's incomplete at the 45-yard line. And Bo Bowen was the intended receiver. He was jolted pretty well, as Leon felt it was. 45-yard line. Manning under the center. Calls, drops back. He looks, wants to throw. Some red jerseys come out there. Now he does throw. It is incomplete, out of bounds. Out of bounds. He hit Vernon Studdard at the 30-yard line, but he was out of bounds.
On that last pass that time that Archie Manning just threw, John, that was his 35th pass attempt in the ball game tonight. He has thus far completed 22. These are unofficial statistics.
13, Ole Miss on the move. Strong side is right. Here's Manning looking back. He has time. He throws. It is intercepted by Woody Husband at the 32-yard line. Husband to the 50. Husband is down inside Ole Miss territory. And Woody Husband is being mobbed. Being mobbed by the Tide defensive squad as he goes off the bench. Leon Phelps throws him down. Woody returned that 18 yards from the 32, just barely over the 50. First and 10 for Alabama with 5:27 left to go. Alabama hurries Jellaba and Reiniger into the football game. Side is right. Hunter under center. Hunter takes, gives to Jellaba. Jellaba hard yardage to about the 47-yard line. Following Alvin Samples and Charlie Ferguson. Larry Thomas made the stop. Slot formation to the right. A draw play that goes no place. In fact, it loses yardage to Pete Jellaba as he barely got back across the 50-yard line. Seeing that play coming was Larry Thomas to pull him down. Formation on the right side, and three men come over to cover. Here's Hunter looking. He's got some time. Now he throws. It is incomplete at the 36-yard line. He was trying to hit a hooking Bailey, and two Ole Miss defenders were closer. Thomas and Cannon, and Alabama sends in Frank Mann. He calls. Here's the snap. A good pass from center. He boots it. Very, very high. Good gracious sakes. That thing is coming down. It bounces on the 5-yard line and into the end zone. But that was a climber. Thought a detective sending signals back from outer space. 4:12 left to go in the third quarter, 21-14, Alabama. But Ole Miss ever dangerous with the football at their own 20-yard line. First and 10. An audible at the line of scrimmage, I believe. He gives to Phelps. Phelps on that trap. Inside quick trap gets about 4. Jim Duke was there. I think Bobby Stanford was one of the tacklers also. Got almost to the 25. Second down and 5. Of course, the second down, a long 5 to go. Manning takes. He's dropping straight back. He's got some time. He's throwing long. It is completed in Alabama territory at the 35-yard line. And Bill Blair pulls him down at the 30. The pass play was to tight end Jim Poole. The sophomore from Oxford gathered it in. He had Blair beat. Blair caught up with him. He still made a fine grab and was pulled down. 3:20 split backfield. Archie Manning looks. He rolls right on the run pass option. Looks. He throws. Completed at the 18-yard line. And down is Floyd Franks. First and 10 of the 18. Archie Manning at the throttle. Manning takes, fakes, and rolls to his left. Looks. Now he's going to run it by himself. The 15. He's hit. At the 10, he gets away from one man. He's going to score in the Carbon corner, and he does. Archie Manning, on a great individual effort, takes it in from the 18-yard line. With 2:30 left to play, Archie Manning on a magnificent run, twisting, weaving. He stiff-armed one Alabama defender and took it into the end zone. 21-20 is the score. Wenther brings them out. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air. It is no good. No good. It is off to the left. So there there's timeout on the field with the score. Alabama 21, Ole Miss 20. There comes down on the 8-yard line, but coming back is Pete Moore. Moore across the 15 to about the 17-yard line, and that's all. As Ole Miss had some fast men down there under that to get Pete Moore. LeBlanc was the man who brought him down. A good kickoff as that thing hung there, and as we said, the breeze is picking up, and you could really see what it did to the Ole Miss kickoff, and Alabama in the fourth quarter will be going against it. 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Hunter takes. He gives to his tailback, Pete Moore, who gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is just about all. 21-20 is the score. Alabama out front. Under the center. Faking is Scott Hunter. Throwing out. Incomplete. He threw to Pete Moore as a little swing pass, and Ole Miss left side put pressure on Scott, and he had to get rid of it fairly quickly. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Scott Hunter under the center. 3rd down possession play. Scott looks. He wants to throw. He does throw. Completed to Doran at the 30. Doran is out to the 38-yard line. He spotted his tight end, weaving between two Ole Miss defenders, hit him and brought him out to the 38-yard line. A big play by Scott Hunter and Steve Doran when they had to make it. Yard line. 1st down and 10 to go. Here's the handoff to Phil Chafin. Chafin around the left side is horse-collared, thrown out of bounds. He picked up probably 1 yard. Blunt and Wick Neely threw him out of bounds on the far side field. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Hunter under the center. Hunter takes, fakes a draw play, now throws, completed to Pete Moore. Moore is hit behind the line of scrimmage at the 33-yard line. Ole Miss smelled that one coming. Linebacker Fred Brister whirled through there and knocked him down. With these two explosive teams, there's just no way to do that. Hunter under center, takes, drops back, he looks. He is throwing, completed at the 48-yard line, but short of the 1st down, I believe. Again to Doran, but it looks short of the 1st down. Thomas and Cannon got it. So, with 4th down and a long 1 yard to go, Alabama will go for the punt. They send in Frank Mann, and they will shift into punt formation. Frank will kick with the benefit of, he shifts into punt formation. He better hurry if he wants to kick with this breeze. Here's the snap. He does get it, and he boots it. A high climbing kick again. Alabama hurrying down under it at the 20-yard line and bounding out of bounds at the 14-yard line. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Alabama 21, Ole Miss 20. Men left and right. 1st and 10 at his own 14. Manning rolls left. Run pass option. He's going to run it. He's out. The 20-yard line. He's hit once, hit twice, and taken down at the 21-yard line. Wayne Rhodes had a hand on him. And let's see, that's Don Harris had the other hand on him. But Archie Manning, a terrific football player from Drew, Mississippi, picks up 7. And he has really been a one-man gang, bringing naught but misery to the Crimson Jersey defenders this night. 2nd down, 3 at the 21-yard line. Manning rolls right, looks, he's hurrying, throws, it is incomplete at the 23-yard line. Mike Dean hitting Leon Felt, and so it'll be 3rd and 3. Mike Dean making a good defensive play, coming to the right. Here's the handoff, and fighting for the yardage, and it's going to be close, was Leon Felt. Leon Felt's close up at the 24-yard line. Burt Bank and Doug, they say it was 1st down, Ole Miss. Myers split to the right side. 1st and 10, Manning drops back, throws, completed to Franks on the outside at the 35-yard line. He pulled a pretty good juggling act before Alabama could roll him out of bounds. Steve Higginbotham at the 38-yard line. And Steve Williams goes out. Now Alabama seems to be adjusting its defense a little bit. Here's Manning going back. He's throwing long to Stoddard. Stoddard takes it into the 25-yard line. He's pulled down by Mike Dean at the 6-yard line, maybe the 5-yard line. And Alabama's defense did not know what they were doing on that. You could tell there was some confusion in that backfield when Dean went back to safety. First and goal for Ole Miss at the 6-yard line. Man in motion to the left. Manning gives to Bo Bowen. Bo Bowen fights his way to the 3-yard line. 13 minutes left. Alabama 21, Ole Miss 20. Bowen's forward motion carries him inside the 3-yard line. Strong side is right. Manning takes. He gives to Bowen. Bowen is hit for no gain. Bowen is hit for no gain. The middle of the Alabama forward wall. Jeff Beard leading the charge, and the linebackers. That was coming up off the bottom is Jim Duke, who made the big play. Third down and 2. 2 yards to go. 2.5 yards to go for Ole Miss. Manning rolls to the right. Run pass option. He throws. Completed for a touchdown to Riley Myers. Manning to Myers for 2 yards and a TD, and Ole Miss goes 86 yards. And goes out front for the first time in the football game by a score of 26-21. And we'll see whether Ole Miss will kick or go for 2. I would imagine they will go for 2. Onto the center, Archie Manning looks, rolls out, fakes, throws, incomplete. So the extra point attempt is no good. 26-21, Ole Miss out front. Alabama has 12 minutes and 2 seconds to do something about it. Out, I believe, is Johnny Musso across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Little Johnny in there quick to pick it up and return the football to the 32, giving Alabama pretty good field position. Back him all the way. Hunter looks. He gives to Pete Gillaba. Gillaba on a trap play. Tried to break it, but could only get to about the 36, maybe the 37-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. Barber slanted over to make the stop. Strong side is left. Here is the trap play to Musso. Musso is knocked down as he crossed and to get a little bit short of the 40-yard line. Larry Thomas upended him on the wishbone tee. Here is Hunter rolling out. Hunter keeping. Hunter wedged it away out, and I believe he got that first down. Right at the 33-yard line, the official dives in to check it. They say, I believe it's going to be close enough to measure. Calls his count. Long count. He takes. Now he gives to Gillaba. Gillaba gets it across the 45-yard line. But barely across the 45. Fred Brister, who's played a good game for Ole Miss at linebacker, pulls him down. 2nd down and 7 at the 46-yard line. Sawyer wide to the right. Ole Miss shifts its defense around. Scott Hunter takes a long count. Scott's dropping back. Looks. Steps in. Throws. Completed to Dave Bailey in Ole Miss territory at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for Alabama at that point. Brister hit Dave Bailey, but the first down is Alabama's in Ole Miss territory. George Raniger hurries in from the bench. Raniger replaces Bubba. No, he's going to replace the tight end. So we'll have 3 fast receivers wide to the right. 9:40 left to play. Alabama trails by 5. They're at the Ole Miss 43. Scott Hunter takes. Hunter looks. Hunter's throwing. It is taken in at the 15-yard line by Bubba Sawyer on a great reception. Bubba Sawyer pulls it in. The sophomore from Fairhope at the 12-yard line. Ray Heidel pulled him down, but it was a magnificent catch. So Alabama, with dramatic suddenness, back in the ball game. They are definitely within. I started to say field goal range, but goes David Bailey at the 12-yard line. Scott Hunter takes, rolls, pitches to Raniger. Raniger wedges over the 10-yard line to about the 7-yard line. That was the play that they swept with effectively in the first half. Cannon made the stop. The pitch back went to Raniger. Brister helped out. Alabama 2nd and 5 at the 7. Full house backfield. Here is the give to Musso. Musso digs and squirms his way to about the 3-yard line. Glenn Cannon made the stop, and he had to because Johnny, with his fine balance, might have taken it on in there. It'll be 3rd down, 3 yards away from touchdown territory. Scott Hunter wedges his way all the way to the 1-yard line. Scott Hunter on a quick count. Quarterback sneak gets his first down. Well, wait a minute. I might have called it a little prematurely. No, there's no measurement needed. It's first and goal for Alabama inside the 1-yard line. 26-21. Ole Miss over Alabama. Scott Hunter, as they unpiled it. Scott Hunter on a quarterback sneak. Does score. We've been waiting. Everybody raised their hand but the official. Ole Miss was offside. That's what it was. Alabama obviously declines it. They have regained the lead, 27-26. What about losing by a field goal? Alabama is going for 2. Here's the snap. Hunter rolls out. He looks. It is intercepted by Ole Miss. No good. Intercepted by Ole Miss. I think they were going to throw to the tight end, and Ole Miss did a good job of covering him. So there is timeout on the field with the score. The kick is high but very short and comes down at the 17-yard line. Running to the outside is Phelps. Phelps has run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Ole Miss gets the ball in excellent field position. And Alabama's defensive warriors, who must be awfully tired of looking at that number 18 who has been playing such a brilliant game tonight, Archie Manning. Alabama rotates that defense around again. Manning rolls to the right. He looks. He is throwing long to Studdard. Studdard takes it in at the 22-yard line and out of bounds. And that is the second time that Studdard has beat Alabama deep and beat them badly. Ole Miss very definitely in field goal range. At the 22-yard line in Alabama territory, and I don't know what Studdard is doing. I don't know what the Alabama backs are doing, but he has really whipped them. We'll be interested in Coach Brown's comment on this for sure. Manning, and they have the breeze at their back. Manning looks. He rolls out left on a run-pass option. He wants to run. He does run to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and he butts his way right to the 1-foot line and out of bounds. Tommy Wiegand knocked him out of bounds. But Archie Manning, what a football player he has been tonight. I think Wiegand hurt his shoulder. It'll be first and goal with 7:17 left. Phelps is in the slot. Archie Manning takes and sneaks it into the end zone himself, and Ole Miss regains the lead, 32-27. The scoreboard, perhaps wishful thinking since we're in Birmingham, has chalked that score up for Alabama. But Ole Miss got it, and they earned it, believe you me. 32. They'll do this from the I formation. Manning looks. He rolls to the right. Run pass option. Throws. Incomplete. He overthrew. So Alabama can still go out front, but they have to go by the touchdown route. Timeout on the field with the score. Ole Miss 32, Alabama 27. Huddle with Scott Hunter, who directed them and took them down on the last drive. Now they roll out with Sawyer wide to the left. Griff Langston to the Griff Langston's left. Sawyer to the right. Scott Hunter takes, looks, throws. It is completed to David Bailey, who did a great job of grabbing it away from an Ole Miss defender at about the 29-yard line. The hooking Bailey was closely covered by Cannon and Brister. They say that as he hooked back, he was down at the 29, so it would be second down and 1 yard to go. Hunter looks. He takes. The trap play goes to Gulliver to the 40, Gulliver to the 44-yard line. And the big fellow from New Jersey rambled. Shy of the 45-yard line. First and 10 for Alabama. Operating against the wind and against the clock. Slot formation to the right side. Scott Hunter takes. Hunter has some protection. He looks. He is throwing long, and I believe sort of throwing over the head of Hunter Husband. He had to give him plenty of lead because Glenn Cannon was, no, Bill Vandervender it was. The monster man was close on him. So Scott Hunter with the same slot formation to the right side. Has some time. He's throwing. Completed to Steve Barron into Ole Miss territory at the 40-yard line. Gio brought him down, but a great job by Doran.
It's fantastic, John. Of course, Hunter's passing is so accurate, it's hard to describe on the air like this because
Alabama has a slot formation to the left side this time. Hunter takes. Hunter looks. Hunter throws. It is completed at the 28-yard line to David Bailey, and I believe a flag was thrown on that. Interference was called on Palmer, the side back over there. Hunter slot formation is left this time. Ole Miss is going to put a big rush on Hunter. They do, and they hit him and knock him down at the 36-yard line. The linebackers blitz. Coleman and Brister, they came flying through and made a big defensive play, knocking Scott down at the big defensive play there. Let's see if the Tide can overcome it. Under the center, Scott Hunter, looking at the wide man he has left and right. Hunter drops back, looks, he throws, completed to Bailey at the 20. Bailey rolls to the 15-yard line. He got his first down. David Bailey from Bailey, Mississippi is pulled down by Glenn Cannon, but he went downfield far enough to pull it in. So Alabama huddles back at their 23, 15 yards away from Paynard. What a football game, 32-27, Ole Miss leading. From the wishbone tee, Scott Hunter takes. He's pitching to Raniger. Raniger ran in. He's going to be hit at the 15, and he did a good job of getting back to the line of scrimmage on that. In fact, he might have made it about a half yard. But Ole Miss's Cannon, the safety, came up fast to make a good defensive play. Buzz Morrow was there to help out also. Tight end, and he's split also. The Tide backfield sets. Here is Hunter, taking, looking, throwing, completed at the 3-yard line, and I believe they're going to say it was fumbled and incomplete to Jim Simmons, who was really belted by Glenn Cannon, who did a fine job. That's playing good pass defense. Make no mistake about that. So it's third down, 10 yards to go. Under center, Scott Hunter. Hunter takes. He looks. He is throwing. It is incomplete. Again, he was pressured by Buzz Morrow. So let's see what the Tide strategy will be on fourth down. They trail 32-27. Fourth down. And Doran wide to the right. Hunter under the center. He takes big pressure again. He's throwing. It's taken in. On a great play. On a great play, it's a touchdown by George Raniger. But wait a minute. The official he was calling interference on Mississippi. Alabama has scored. Scott Hunter with Alabama going for two. Under the center. Takes, rolls to the right. Run pass option. Throws. Incomplete. Intended for a slanting Raniger, and it was no good. So Alabama out front by one. 33-32 over the Ole Miss Rebels.
Jim Duke will kick off for Alabama. He advances. The ball is kicked. It is touched by an Ole Miss man. There's a scramble for the ball. Let's see who has it at the 46-yard line. It hit an Ole Miss defender, and the Ole Miss man has it. Number 73 came up with the football. So Ole Miss has it in excellent field position. Worthy McClure claimed the ball for Ole Miss at the 46-yard line. So Alabama's defense came in. I don't think that was an onside kick. Jim Duke simply wanted to kick a hard one to field, and as it was, he hit an Ole Miss man, and Ole Miss claimed it. So the Rebels in excellent field position with 3:42 left. Here is rolling to the right and throwing incomplete. Jim Duke putting some pressure on Archie Manning. Duke actually knocked the ball away. Alvin Samples was chasing it too. Strong side left. Looks at the Alabama defense. Manning rolls to the left. Slants inside. He's hit by Alvin Samples and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Alvin Samples in there on defense too. And Big Alvin showing his true mettle. It'll be third down and 10 to go. The clock moves with 3:20 left in a fabulous football game. Play. Manning takes. He looks. He's nothing back. He's got some time. He wants to throw long. His throw is completed and hit down his pool. And I believe will be short. No, the way they're putting it down, he may have gotten that first down in Alabama territory at the 44-yard line. I'm sure this will necessitate a measurement, and it will be close. Linebacker Bobby Stanford is over. It will either be first or fourth and about a foot to go. The ball is spiked in. It is short by about a foot. The clock starts again. Samples under the center. Alabama shifts its defense around. There, and Manning does not make it. He does not make it. The Tiger defense holds at the 45-yard line. Listen to this time. Samples, the whole thing of them burrowed in there when they had to. Archie Manning tried to sneak it away and could not. So the clock stops at 2:24 left. Well, I don't think we'll hear any more people saying the young, inexperienced Alabama defense, when the pressure is on, can't stop them. That had to be the greatest defensive play and the most important defensive play that will face this Alabama team this year. They stopped Ole Miss 1 foot short of the first down. From the wishbone tee, Scott Hunter takes. He gives to Musso. Musso is thrown for about a yard loss. With it diving and fighting for the football. Alabama looks now as Ole Miss has called a timeout. Ole Miss have all theirs left. Looking, thinking, he gives to Musso. Musso dancing in there is going to be short of that first down as he got into Ole Miss territory at the 48-yard line, and Ole Miss again jumps in and calls timeout. Bill Vandervender made the stop. Ronnie Rodham comes in to snap the ball, and Frank Mann comes in to kick the ball for Alabama. In Cleveland, we have seen two fabulous junior quarterbacks in Manning and Hunter.
Of course, Manning and Hunter have been the highlight of the game tonight. But, John, you've got to pause for a second and think about what that senior offensive guard Alvin Samples did on that last defensive stand that Alabama made so dramatically a few moments ago to stop them just short of the first down. He played
for Ole Miss.
And this is another tough decision. It's very close to the first down.
You know, to give you an idea how these two quarterbacks have performed, but the NCAA record for the most completions in one game by two quarterbacks is 53, set by University of Texas, El Paso, and Brigham Young. Right now, we have had 51 of 74 by the two quarterbacks here tonight.
And it's fourth down and about a yard and a half to go, setting up a punting situation for Alabama. Mississippi has one timeout remaining.
Two quarterbacks in their great traditions. Kenny Stabler, Joe Namath at Alabama, Charlie Connerly, Glenn Griffin, and a host of others at Ole Miss. And there is Scott Hunter right now, number 12. And fourth down, a punting situation. Frank Mann, the punt. Feltz and Studdard are deep. A low pass. Kick is off. 1:56 to go. Reniger downing that ball for the Crimson Tide, and boy, Ole Miss has its work cut out for it, following a 42-yard punt. They are back at their 5, and they have 1:48 in which to erase a 1-point deficit.
And Alabama will probably go to their prevent defense, which is 4 men rushing, 5 men man-to-man, and then 2 men playing deep.
First and 10 for Mississippi, trailing by 1, 33-32. Archie Manning calling signals from the 5. In his own end zone, throws short. Intended for Floyd Franks. Covering on the play, Mike Dean and Wayne Rhodes. So it'll be second down and 10 for the Rebs at their own 5. 1:42 to go. Studdard, 81 to the near side. Franks is opposite. And Studdard couldn't hang on to it. Number 41 covering for Alabama was Danny Gilbert.
And now you know you're just 2 plays away from victory, and you hope that you can stop them on the next 2 snaps if you're an Alabama rooter, and of course you're pulling for Ole Miss. This is the do or die down.
Third down and 10. Franks to the far side. There's Manning. losing his footing. Leon Phelps, number 27. A minute 20 to go, and that brings up 4th down for the Rebs at the 3-yard line. 4th and 12. 33-32, Alabama, and the Crimson Jerseys here at Legion Field in Birmingham with a 1-point lead.
And we have number 89, Jim Poole Jr. coming in to call the play from the sidelines on 4th down.
All the way, 4th down and 12 from the 3. Manning throwing out here. That's Riley Myers. Myers knocked out of bounds, and it's enough for the first down, Ole Miss, and the clock is stopped with 39 seconds to go.
He stayed alive.
All right. The ball at the 18 on a 15-yard play. They needed 12, and there is time left, 39. Coach Bear Brown.
And unofficially, we have one more timeout remaining for Mississippi. Alabama dropping their 3 deep men way back now, trying to prevent the long gainer at all costs.
Manning. 3 receivers out. Manning tried to unload it, but a good rush by 83 Ken James in the Crimson jersey and number 82 Wayne Rhodes with 29 seconds to go.
Alabama in the 3-man rush that time. The linebackers back about 10 yards. The other 3 men back about 35 yards. It's going to be very difficult for Ole Miss to break one all the way against that pattern.
Now, as we look at scouting number 12 and Coach Paul Bear Bryant, it's 2nd down and 10. 29 seconds to go. Ole Miss trailing by 1. Floyd Franks to the far side. Double coverage on the end. Ken James was in on the quarterback, who got it off to number 22, Bo Bowen. 15 seconds to go. A flag down on the field. The officials conferring now. Jim Ardley, Cliff Norvell, N.M. Cavett, Doug Mosley, John Rain, and Morrison Harrison. Face mask violation. And you know what that means. With 15 seconds to go, here is the signal. Personal foul. Face mask violation. And it moves the ball just beyond the 33. A 1st and 10 for Mississippi.
And one long ball and 1 field goal.
Buddy Jones, 84, is in the lineup, is split into the near side. Franks, 87, is to the far side. Pass blocking, set up. There goes the pass to Franks. He's got it. No. Yes, he has. Inbounds at the Alabama 48 with 8 seconds on the clock.
And one more like that, Chris, if they can do it in less than 8 seconds, would give them the field goal opportunity.
Back at the 49-yard line. There you see the score, Alabama 33, Mississippi 32. College football. Past several years breaking all attendance records, and games like this, one of the reasons why. Studdard to the far side now, and Manning, and trying to get out of bounds was Floyd Franks. And time has run out on the Rebels of Mississippi. There you see. No time remaining. The game is over. A tremendous try to again come from behind by the Rebels. But Alabama has won it 33-32 in a series that began back in 1894. And once again, we'll give you the final score. Alabama 33, Mississippi 32. Our thanks go to our spotter, Bill Friel, our statistician, Jerry Capstein. Manning leaves along with Bruiser Kennard. And now this is Chris Schenkel, along with Bud Wilkinson and Bill Fleming saying, so long, Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. This has been an ABC Television Network sports presentation.
Two men of steel clash. Watch Harold Robbins' The Survivors, starring George Hamilton, Lana Turner, and Ralph Bellamy, Monday night at 9, 8 o'clock Central Time. Followed by Love American Style, guest starring Artie Johnson, Alice Ghostley, and Larry Storch, Monday on ABC.
The attack, trailing Mississippi in white, 32-27. Very exciting game. Let's go to Chris Schenkel.
Like yourself. Now it's 4th down and 10 at the 15, Alabama. Goes for it. All right. Oh, look at that. The marker is down. No touchdown yet.
Scott Hunter to George Roniger for the winning TD. The penalty against Mississippi was declined as Alabama won a thriller 33-32. This is just one of the big stories on college football today. Well, everybody, I'm Bud Palmer along with Merle Harmon, and what a game tonight, huh?
Oh, one of the great games that we've been able to present over the years on ABC television.
Tell me, Merle, do you think the offense is ahead of the defense in college football?
Wait until you see the scores that we're going to present tonight, and I think it'll answer that question. Some of the wildest games that we have had all year, and we'll be presenting all the scores for you on College Football Today right after this message.
Last Tuesday, Olive, a senior VP, and cantankerous Walnut were discussing retirement plans over a cup of coffee when Hat, a Lincoln National financial planner, stopped by.
Just the man we need, said Olive.
Said Walnut.
He's just an insurance man.
That and more,
said Hat.
I coordinate your assets to plan the future you want.
Fish feathers.
How? First, I determine your assets. Next, I work in your future plans. Then I ask our Lincoln computers for a program to match your needs.
Life insurance.
Sneered Walnut.
Not entirely. After all, at Lincoln, we have a great range of financial plans for sophisticated people like Olive. He probably needs a combination of annuities, an estate plan, investments, life insurance, savings.
Keeping yourself in good shape is the best protection you can have.
Just then, a rampaging nutcracker seized Walnut and smashed him into 7 small pieces. Lincoln National Financial Planning is very comforting if you get caught in a squeeze.
Let's start with scores in the East now. A sophomore-dominated Texas A&M scored a touchdown late in the 4th quarter to upset Army this afternoon, 20-13. It was Boston College 28, Tulane 24, Kent State 17, Buffalo 8. Yankee Conference champions of last year met this afternoon with New Hampshire winning this one by a score of 14-6. More scores in the East. It was Yale 40, Colgate 21, Rutgers 21, Cornell 7. And in the Ivy League, Princeton 21, Columbia 7. Also in the Ivy League, Pennsylvania 23 and Brown 2. And that game, the third-string sophomore quarterback for Penn, Phil Procassi, came into the ball game after the first 2 quarterbacks were injured, threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for 69 yards for another one, as his team won it 23-2. Continuing with scores in the East, with Dartmouth 38 and Holy Cross 6. Harvard had their unbeaten streak of 10 ended by Boston University as they were upset by BU, 13-10. It was Richmond 17, Virginia Tech as we move down south, and Louisville 24 and Dayton 17. And sophomore quarterback Jack Reeves scored his 9th and 10th touchdown passes today in the 3-game series, in the 3-game season so far, as Florida defeated Florida State 21-6. And the thriller you saw this tonight, what a game! Alabama 33, Mississippi 32. And sophomore quarterback Pat Sullivan of Auburn threw 4 touchdown passes as Auburn knocked off Kentucky 44-3. And the game this evening, look at this score. Tennessee 55 and Memphis State 16. Continuing now with more scores. Georgia was finally scored upon, but they beat South Carolina comfortably 41-16. Clemson 21, Georgia Tech 10. These are all finals. Virginia 28, William & Mary 15. And LSU 63 and Baylor 8. They get higher and higher, don't they? In the South, more. North Carolina 38, Vanderbilt 22, and we have a 0 here. West Virginia 32, VMI nothing. Pittsburgh won finally, 14-12 over Duke, and Maryland upset Wake Forest 19-14. We'll return with more of college football today in just a minute.
Why do so many high-performance car owners prefer SO Extra gasoline to any other brand? Here's why. SO Extra is blended to deliver smooth power. extra power from the instant you start to move. The quick, quiet power of the Tiger Come Alive. SO Extra is alive with power. That's why so many high-performance car owners insist on SO Extra gasoline. When their gas gauge points towards E, they always look for this sign.
Now let's go to the Midwest, where Notre Dame blasted Michigan State 42-28. Missouri walloped Michigan 40-17. Iowa State rolled over Illinois 48-20. And Syracuse defeated Wisconsin 43-7, and it was the 18th consecutive loss for Wisconsin. In other ball games, Purdue from behind to beat Stanford 36-35. UCLA, fourth straight win over Northwestern 36-0. Nebraska 42, Minnesota 14, and Iowa knocked off Arizona 31-19. Moving along, Penn State 17, Kansas State 14, a good ball game. Toledo 34, Ohio University 9 in the Glass Bowl. Bowling Green 21, Western Michigan 10, and Oklahoma State 17, Texas Tech 10. Arkansas still undefeated, 24-6 winner over TCU. Look at this, 74-0 Houston over Mississippi State. Texas 56, Navy 17, New Mexico 16, and Kansas 7. Colorado 30, Indiana 7, an upset, of course. Wyoming 39, Colorado State 3. Arizona State is leading Brigham Young, and here's an update, 23-0 in the third quarter. And San Diego State blasted San Jose State, or is blasting San Jose State, 41-7 at halftime. Out west, Ohio State 41 and Washington 14. Southern Cal 31, Oregon State 7. A close one, Oregon 25 and Washington State 24. And California 31, Rice 21. And we'll have more on college football today right after this message.
Let's see how strong a Firestone tire can get. Let's watch what happens when a pair of railroad engines weighing about 130 tons apiece crunch a Firestone 78, the new double-belted tire designed by Firestone for the 1970 cars. The heavy steel rim is crumpled. The Deluxe Champion 78 comes through without a scratch, because it's how you make a tire like this that makes it strong. And Firestone has a special way to bond the tread to the body, reinforce the sidewalls, and insulate every cord. That's Firestone's exclusive triple-strength construction. The strong one. More mileage, more safety for your money with Firestone's triple-strength construction. The 78. At Firestone dealers and stores.
On ABC next Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time from the Cotton Bowl, Texas versus Oklahoma. Bud Palmer saying so long for Merle Harmer and myself. See you after that game.
College football today has been brought to you by Firestone, the strong tires with exclusive triple-strength construction, and by the Lincoln National Life Insurance Company. Get complete financial planning in the Lincoln hat. This has been an ABC Television Network sports presentation.
Pushers seeking a pressure point inside the police department kidnap Captain Greer's fiancée. Watch the Mod Squad Tuesday night at 7:30, 6:30 Central Time here on ABC.